How's it going again, guys? Welcome back to a Let's Play by me, Justin Hines, and this time we're checking out Joe and Mac on the NES. Many people have actually seen Joe and Mac on the Super Nintendo, or have heard of the arcade version, or alternatively as well have seen the Genesis version, or some of the re-releases that also came out on PC. I believe it was originally a PC game. So, it honestly, it was a very cool concept, but one thing you never hear about is the NES game. And I'm not saying that's not without reason. I'm just saying you never hear about it. Because the NES version, as you might notice, is, well, it exists. I can say that much. I remember, when I was a kid, I used to have a subscription to Nintendo Power, as many young kids living in the 90s did, and they used to offer a feature on a game every month. And I remember the feature the one year, or the 1 month, was for Joe and Mac, but it was, of course, the Super Nintendo version. And I got to the point where I had gotten some allowance money, and I was allowed to pick a game, and I saw Joe and Mac on the NES, and I'm like, well, hell yeah! Why wouldn't I? And, so I got this game, and was very, I noticed it was not quite the same as the Super Nintendo game. First of all, it is way harder, to be honest. Might not be very easy to tell here, but it might not be so bad now that I've grown up a little bit. But this game, when I was a kid, was absolutely unforgiving to me. I don't think I ever beat this game without cheating, but we're going to try to now. Because that's what we do. We play games through to completion. Like grown men. I love that. Just be, raise fist. Wasn't aware that Joe or Mac or whoever this was a Black Panther. Oh, cool. We might get a better weapon. Sweet! The wheel is like the best weapon in the game, except maybe the fire. Which is funny, because the fire is friggin' worthless in the SNES game. I mean, it's just a pile of crap. But in this game, you really ideally want the boomerang or the wheel, or the fire if you can get it, obviously. You also have one of the things that's in the SNES game that I don't think was in. Oh well, crap. Is the ability to charge up your attacks. Although the downside is if you overcharge, what you just saw happens. Okay. There we go. Because it makes most sense that your best battle strategy against a giant dinosaur is to jump at his mouth! But I can't hit him if I don't do anything else, apparently. Barely got him. And that'll save the first girl. I believe there are 5 levels to the NES game. Level 1 complete. One thing I really need to start doing on a side note is I need to start timing these videos because I have... Oh, we don't want that. The flint is the worst weapon in the game. One thing I need to start doing, though, in all seriousness, is start timing my videos because my problem is I can't create good splits because I have no idea when the video needs to be split. If I remember, one of the other problems with this game in particular was knockback sometimes played into effect. And getting knocked back into, like, the water, especially when you're fighting like these guys, is a serious issue. Because when you die, unlike in the SNES game, I'm pretty sure at least, you lose all your weapons. And against this boss right here, that's a problem. This boss is not easy. Mainly because of the knockback. And if you get knocked into him, which is very easy to do, he just flat out eats you and chews you up and turns you into a little skeleton. Which is not what you want to have happen to you, ever. I do like the fact they at least are nice enough to restore your health in between levels. That's something that didn't always happen in these old SNES or old Nintendo games. Sometimes they're just, like, unforgiving about that kind of stuff. Okay, that's just the regular starting hammer. We don't want that. Or axe. Not sure what it is. We'll stick with the wheel. The thing is, weapon drops also, unlike in the SNES game, are completely random. Which means, of course, that one of the downsides to random drops is you never know what you're going to get. And it's not uncommon to go through an entire playthrough and never once get a weapon better than the flint if you have really, really shitty luck. So hopefully that won't happen. Bosses also are a lot, much like the SNES game, a lot of the bosses can be won just by straight out brawling with them. I do find it curious that there's some sound effects like the stop, stop, stop that actually sound like voices, because you didn't even get that in the SNES game. Alright, come on. I'm goofing off now. Let's just finish this. There we go. And that's another one down. Stage 2 clear. So far, I haven't lost a life yet, so we're doing okay. Bonus. But you'll notice a lot of similarities to the levels in this game compared to the SNES, or if you played any of the other versions, because, you know, overall the game is still based on the same premise, concept, etc. So you'd expect them all to still maintain a lot of similarities. Crap. So as you can see, I'm not getting any good weapons now, really. Since I already have... Well, that's not really fair. I already have a good weapon, so... Okay, you're gonna put two weapon drops in the same level and they're both gonna drop the same thing? Come on now. Holy crap, it almost didn't give me time to jump out of the way there. Okay, apparently he always comes in from the right side. Yeah, just keep doing that. Firing chickens at me? Why are you firing chickens at me? Look at them. That's clearly chickens, are they not? Come on, come on. I seem to remember the game being a little bit harder than this, but once again, last time I played this, I was probably, I don't know, 9? I like also how, limited palettes being what they are on the NES, Joe went with black hair, which means his hair disappears into the background on most of the levels. A little worried there. I was a little worried I was going to get knocked back into the flint. Oh, come on now. I was really hoping for fire at some point, but... Oh, that's nice. The transitionary thing for the level. The way it works. Just, I don't know if you noticed that, but my... wheel was still in the air because it does a direct transport instead of redrawing the level in any way, shape, or form, which I guess saves memory, but are you looking at this game? I mean, do you really think memory was a concern when they were doing this port? I mean, this game is about as basic as you get, and honestly, it doesn't seem to be too tough at this point. That's level 3. That was level 3. think we're almost done. All we have is this level and then the inside of the dino level. I think that's it. One thing also, you don't have to fight the demon in this game like you do in the Super Nintendo version. They have a different final boss. I believe it's just a giant caveman. Literally the exact same boss as before, except now you can't stun him. And, there's birds, or pterodactyls, rather, pterodactyls. Some kind of dinosaur. Goes back to not making stupid jumps. Taking our time a little bit. Oh, I hate those things. Just because they tend to be hard to dodge. That was a bad jump! Oh, I forgot that you can survive that. I'm gonna hope for some food drops here. Oh yeah, I seem to remember enemies also, if you hit them in the head, take extra damage. This is bad. Bad news bears, guys. Yeah, without a powerful weapon, this is going to get a little harder. Hopefully, hopefully when we run into Caveman that's carrying a weapon, or we're not going to get that opportunity. This is probably going to suck. Because really, if I remember right, this game basically comes down to you need to have a weapon, and if you don't, you're going to die against the bosses. I mean, not doing too good here. Ugh. It takes so much longer to beat these bosses without a better weapon. I'll just hope that I can get a better one on the next level, and then I can at least get through this part. Seems to be my position I'm standing in right now is helping a little bit. So the thing is, unlike some games, you know, where you get that temporary invincibility. Yeah, you don't get that in this game. If you get hit, it's not impossible for you to get pinballed around until you die. So getting cornered in this game is a very, very bad thing. And that is stage 4, which takes us to the last stage. Which means we'll fight another big dino and then the boss. The final boss, that is. Stupid birds. Please drop something good. Oh, fire! Oh, you guys are doomed now. Since there's no more pits to fall in. Okay, unless I die on the way to the boss. That would pretty much be the absolute king of suck. There's so many birds! Oh, thank God. There's probably people watching like, you are so bad at this. And I'd be like, yes, yes I am. There we go. And now it's time to go ahead and fight the final boss. Don't get knocked into it. Okay. I really was worried there. And no, in context to the game, I have no idea where I'm actually at right now. I mean, I know in, like I said, the SNES game, this is where you're inside of a dinosaur, but you clearly saw the dinosaur explode, as you know they were often known to do back in prehistoric times. It's well documented in several of our history books. I'm not sure why you wouldn't know that. But I mean, clearly I have no reason to be inside of the digestive tract of a dinosaur, nor are there any reason for this many birds to be here. Oh, it's half dino, half caveman. Oh, okay. I hope you don't mind that while you're spitting worms out, I'm just going to keep pummeling you in the head. Wow. Is that really it? I mean, look, I played Totally Rad, and Totally Rad's pretty bad. I mean, there's just nothing is that it? So that was Joe and Mac on the NES. Ta-da! Not a whole lot to that one, really. Huh. Went better than my Nightshade playthrough. Alright, well, thank you for tuning in, guys. If you like this video, please feel free to leave a like. Follow my channel for more information, or follow me on Twitter at JustinDCC. I don't know why you're laughing, dude. I just fucked you up. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in, and take care.